By the end of the lesson, I should be able to evaluate variable expressions and solve problems by evaluating expressions. Let's first talk about what the opposite of up is. Down, the opposite of hot is cold, the opposite of loud is quiet, and the opposite of right is left, or if you are thinking in terms of right and wrong. Here's some vocabulary that you need to have in your notes. The first one is absolute value. It's a number's distance from 0 on the number line. The second one is integers, 0, whole numbers, and their opposites. So if you think about all negative numbers, 0, and all positive numbers, those are integers. And opposite, numbers that are the same distance from 0 on a number line, but in opposite directions. Same number, different sign. So here's a number line. All numbers that are on the number line in this instance are integers. We're going to draw the opposite of the green line. So pause your video, draw a number line, draw where your green line is, and then come back and we're going to draw the opposite. So you should have drawn in the opposite direction all the way to 6. So that's the opposite of the green line. How about the opposite of the blue dot? The opposite of the blue dot is at 9. So we're going to draw our opposite dot at -9. All right, on this slide, we're going to write an integer to represent each quantity. So I want you to copy down, number 1, a profit of $75. If I have a profit of $75, I know that I'm going to be in the positive direction. I'm going to add to my collection of money already. So I'm adding $20 or $75 to my collection. So my integer is positive 75. I also can just write 75. Number 2, copy it down, 0 degrees below 0. So if I'm below 0, I'm in the negative zone, and I'm in the negative zone by 7. So I show below 0 with a -7. Copy this one, 3 minutes before launch. So think about launch as being our 0 and how we count down. We say 3, 2, 1. 0. So 3 minutes before launch is going to be a negative number because it's before. A debt of 110. Debt means that you owe someone money. So if I owe someone money, even if someone else gave me $110, I can't keep that $110 knowing that I owe someone else. So I'm in the hole, kind of. So I show that with a negative, and I'm in the hole or in debt, $110. Number 5, a deposit of $50. A deposit is when I put money in to my bank account. So if I'm adding on to my bank account, I have a positive 50, which I can just write as 50. An elevation of 10,000 feet above sea level. So if I am above, I'm in the positive, and I'm in the positive by 10,000. And lastly, the elevation of Death Valley is 5,000 feet below sea level. So if I'm below, I have a negative, and I'm below sea level by 5,000. So I have a negative 5,000. So we're going to order integers. I would like you to draw this number line on your piece of paper. Make sure that your least integer is -10 and your greatest integer is 10. When you have that done, then we are going to graph the following integers on a number line, and then we're going to write them in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to put my -2 on my -2, my 9 on my 9, 8 on 8, -3 on -3, -10 at -10, and -9 at -9. Then I'm going to write them in numerical order from least to greatest. So from least, on the left-hand side, I have -10, then -9, then -3, -2, 8, and then 9. So we're going to use the number line now to find the absolute value of the following pairs. The first pair is 7 and -7. So we're going to find the absolute value of 7 and the absolute value of -7. So if I put -7 and 7 onto my number line, how far away are we from 0? So how many spots are we away? We are 7 spots away from 0, so the absolute value of 7 is 7. If I go the other way to -7, how many spots are we away? And we are also 7 spots away. So the absolute value of 7 is 7, and the absolute value of -7 is 7. Same process here with -6 and 6. We're going to find the absolute value of -6, and we're going to find the absolute value of 6. Let's start with 6. We've put 6 on the number line, and we're going to count from 0 how many spots it is away. So the absolute value of 6 is 6, and we're going to plot -6. We're going to count from 0 how many spots -6 is away from 0, and it is 6 spots. Notice that all of our answers are positive. Last one, we have 1 and -1. If I plot my point at 1 and -1, in either direction I go 1 spot or 1 spot. So the absolute value of 1 is 1, and the absolute value of -1 is also 1. We're going to now simplify each expression. So number 1